Hi Scorpio, welcome to a love reading for relationships called Where Did Our Love Go for July 2019. I'm Raina and I created this spread the other day and it's been interesting to use it. I think it works pretty well, so we'll see what happens. Obviously, you have to already be in a relationship to appreciate this reading, and there have to be some kind of conflicts within the relationship for this to be relevant for you. So that's how it goes with this type of reading. Ooh, very interesting. Okay, well, what I have as the crux of the problem is the Seven of Swords. This can be a card of somebody who is cheating, and that is the first thing that came to my mind. However, because I also got the Knight of Swords, and even the Lover's card, it makes me wonder if some of you are involved with a Gemini individual or a Swords person, an air sign in particular. So, well, I should say a Gemini in particular and a Swords person overall. So the other air signs that are connected to Swords are Libra and Aquarius. And I think Aquarius is a sign that tends to get attracted to Scorpio because of the connection with the square that is formed. Okay, so in that context, it may not be somebody who's actually cheating, but somebody who is very independent and likes to kind of do their own thing. And for Scorpio, that may be off-putting. You're kind of, I was going to say all-encompassing or devouring as a lover. You want that person completely, and kind of having this detached relationship isn't really your cup of tea. So you may even take it to the next level and think they must be actually cheating. Now they may not be, and you could end up pushing that person away, because if you mistake independence for infidelity, that could blow up in your face. So just be careful if there is any kind of dynamic that seems like it is similar to that. In the past position, this may be contributing to this current situation. We have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is connected to messages. I would also say maybe somebody starting a new job, in the beginning stages of a job. And perhaps if this is your partner and you have noticed a change, you might be saying, okay, well, they're obviously having an affair with a coworker. And again, I mean, the Seven of Swords can be that somebody's being sneaking around. And maybe you find a message. I mean, it could even be like an email. But with Pentacles, it's almost like a tangible kind of a thing, where, so it like a letter or some kind of a note that is handwritten, or perhaps it could be something connected to any type of relationship with an earth sign. If your partner has been dealing with someone who is a Taurus or a Virgo or a Capricorn, this individual, again, this may have to do with work or something, maybe school. The Page of Pentacles can be a student, and so if they're taking night classes or what have you, you may feel like they have met somebody that there's a kind of like this influence. And this person will probably be quite straightforward, down to earth, and they will have a connection that you may fear. I don't know, there's another word I was looking for. Be threatened by. But that's kind of like the same thing, right? Because they're both coming from an unemotional place. And you may feel like you're just like a drama queen or something. Because you're the kind of person who's actually emoting. And that may point to other issues in the relationship. Now, I'm speaking specifically if you're dealing with an air sign. This has nothing to do with, well, maybe if it's an earth sign, but we won't get into that. But whoever this person is that the Seven of Swords represents, this is going to be your partner, I would say. And whatever sign they are, you may feel this kind of uncomfortable feeling because you suspect that there's something going on behind the scenes. The spiritual insight is represented by the Knight of Swords. This was another reason why I thought perhaps this person was an air sign. But it's interesting. This is a combination of fire and air. So this type of a person may be quite blunt in their speech, and you may deem them as insensitive. And this may be a recurring theme in the relationship where you have felt like they just don't understand you. They run roughshod over your feelings, F your feelings, in so many words. And you may take exception to that. This may simply be two elements, water and air, that simply have no understanding of one another. And you throw in a little bit of fire in there, and then you get that sense of self-absorption, where the person can only see things, or self-centeredness, they can only see things from their own perspective, and they may think that you are blowing things up out of proportion. One of the things that I would say about that type of dynamic or scenario is that if you find yourself in something similar to that, where, let's just broaden it to say, you frequently feel like your partner doesn't respect your feelings, even when you tell them specifically how they have violated that, then you have to really decide, Scorpio, what you're going to do, because you cannot change another person, and that's just the bottom line. And I could see a Scorpio person kind of like, being that fixed sign, digging your heels in and trying to just steamroll over somebody to make them do your bidding. And to me, that's not how it works. Relationships, and it's not how it should work. You don't want somebody that you have to steamroll. You want somebody who is in it to win it, who wants to be there. You know what I'm saying? The advice is represented by the King of Pentacles, and this is a card of self-mastery on the material level. So, one thing that we can say is you may be throwing yourself into your work where you right now may feel a great sense of well, you may possibly, some of you at least, feel that you have the most control over the situation. And also, if you feel like there is something to be gained, that you are on a roll, that may be where you devote your energies. Because you know something, like I say, you can't control another person, but you can control yourself, and you can channel that energy into something very tangible. King of Pentacles, Pentacles is the earth element, and so it's going to be connected with a person's business, a person's net worth. Their, Pentacles can deal with health. It can deal with everything that is of the physical level. Also, this could be advice that, get yourself a King of Pentacles individual. Get yourself somebody. You're more compatible with earth people. You're both feminine signs. You're coming from the same place. In, a similar place, let's put it that way. What to expect as a reaction? We have the Lover's card. And this could be either from the other party or just from the universe bringing something to you. The Lover's card, actually the last two cards are wonderful. And even the King of Pentacles is wonderful too. But what I think it is saying is that when you honor yourself and you're not willing to kind of spin your wheels emotionally with somebody that just is either not that into you, not that they are necessarily rejecting you. As I said before, the Seven of Swords does not necessarily mean that somebody is cheating on you. It could, but it could also mean that they are just very independent, especially a sign like Aquarius. I could see, there's always that bit of a contrarian with Aquarius. So I could see them being very resistant, especially if you come on strong, to your advances. And you're both fixed signs, so you could have that kind of unspoken impasse between the two of you. Now, even if it's something like that, or somebody who's actually cheating, in both of those scenarios, Scorpio, you're dealing with somebody who is really entrenched in their own way of being. And you would be spinning your wheels emotionally if you refuse to accept that and you want them to do things the way you want them to do it. You wouldn't really be getting somebody who was being genuine, because usually people of the swords element, which is air, even a Libra person who is typically, wanting that love relationship, they still have a great need for their own, space, even if it's just on the emotional level. And it's hard for you to grant them that because you just have it's not so much about being overbearing, it's just overwhelming, kind of an influence on others. Now, I feel also that you would feel their elusive quality, and that would make you even more prone to smothering them. So that's one of the reasons. An earth sign person, because you know how they, what makes them tick more, you can relate to that more. You can be a little bit more generous because you know that they are coming from a place that is more similar to you. And also this can mean that if you are channeling your energy in the right way, that you attract somebody that is a true intimate partner to you. And the outcome is the Ace of Cups, or possible outcome, potential outcome. This is new love coming in. But Cups, water energy, what you are made of. The other water signs are Pisces and Cancer, and having that type of relationship is right up your alley, is it not, Scorpio? So I hope that this resonated with you. If you'd like a personal reading, you know, especially for love, I mean, most of my readings are astrology based, so it gives you, you know, that insight into yourself as well as the other person, which to me is the most fun to like kind of figure out, like the dynamic between two people. The link to my website is below. I hope that you have a great July. Take care. Bye.